You're not who you pretend to be in public. And that's not necessarily bad. Every day, you put on a mask, not to deceive others, but to function in the world. Carl Jung had a name for this mask. He called it the persona. The persona is the social face you present to the world, the professional you at work, the caring friend at dinner, the strong parent at home, the confident stranger at a party. But here's the question Jung asked. What happens when you forget you're wearing a mask? What happens when the persona becomes who you think you are? Today, we're exploring the persona, why you need it, when it becomes a prison, and how to use it without being used by it. Welcome to Archetype Wisdom. Let's begin. What is the persona? The word persona comes from ancient theater. Greek and Roman actors wore masks to signal which character they were playing. The mask projected a role: the hero, the villain, the lover, the fool. Jung borrowed this term for psychology. Your persona is the mask you wear in social situations. It's not fake, it's functional. Think about it. You don't speak to your boss the same way you speak to your best friend. You don't act the same at a funeral as you do at a wedding. You adjust, you adapt, you present different faces. This is the persona at work, and it's necessary. Jung wrote, "The persona is a complicated system of relations between individual consciousness and society." In simpler terms, the persona is how you navigate the social world without overwhelming it or being overwhelmed by it. But here's where things get dangerous. Why you need a persona. Let's be clear, having a persona is not a flaw, it's a feature. Without a persona, you'd be psychologically naked. Every emotion, every thought, every impulse would be visible to everyone around you. That's not authenticity, that's exhaustion. The persona serves three critical functions. 1. Protection. It shields your vulnerable inner self from constant exposure. Not everything needs to be shared. Not every feeling needs expression. 2. Function. It allows you to perform social roles effectively. The doctor maintains composure during crisis. The teacher projects confidence even when uncertain. The leader inspires despite doubt. 3. Belonging. It helps you fit into groups without losing yourself entirely. You signal, I understand the rules, I can play this role, I belong here. Jung didn't advocate destroying the persona, he advocated conscious use of it. And that brings us to the problem. When the persona becomes a prison, the persona becomes toxic when you forget it's a mask. This happens gradually. Over years, you identify so completely with your social role that you lose touch with who you are underneath. The executive who has no identity outside work, the parent whose entire sense of self is tied to their children, the people pleaser who can't say no because they've forgotten what they actually want. Jung warned, the persona is that which in reality one is not, but which oneself as well as others think one is. When the persona becomes rigid, several things happen. 1. Exhaustion. Maintaining the mask constantly drains energy. You come home from work and collapse. Social events leave you depleted for days. 2. Emptiness. When asked, who are you? Outside your roles, you have no answer, no hobbies, no interests, no authentic desires. 3. Crisis. Life eventually forces a reckoning. Job loss, empty nest, divorce, illness. Anything that strips away the role reveals the void underneath. This is what people call midlife crisis. Often, it's the persona cracking and the self demanding to be heard. We'll talk more about midlife in a future episode. But first, how do you know if your persona has become a prison? Signs. Your persona is too rigid. Here are signs your persona may have become too dominant. Sign 1. You feel fake even when succeeding. You get the promotion, the praise, the recognition, and it feels hollow, like you're fooling everyone. Sign 2. You can't relax around certain people. With some individuals, you're always on, performing, never able to drop the act. Sign 3. You've lost touch with your preferences. What do you actually enjoy? What music do you like? What do you want to do with a free Saturday? You genuinely don't know. Sign 4. Criticism devastates you because your persona is your identity. Any threat to it feels like annihilation. Feedback becomes attack. Sign 5. You're lonely in crowds, surrounded by people who know you, but knowing the mask, not the real you. Connection feels impossible. If these resonate, don't panic. This isn't permanent damage. It's a call to rebalance. How to use the persona consciously. The goal isn't to destroy your persona, it's to relate to it consciously. Here's how. Step 1. Notice the mask. Throughout your day, pause and ask, which persona am I wearing right now? The professional, the friend, the partner, the parent? Just noticing creates distance. You're not the mask. You're the one wearing it. Step 2. Create mask-free zones. Identify spaces where you can remove the persona. Alone time, trusted relationships, creative pursuits, places where performance isn't required. Jung emphasized, no tree can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. Your roots need space to breathe. Step 3. Experiment with different masks. If you've been the strong one for years, try allowing vulnerability. If you've been the nice one, practice saying no. Flexibility prevents rigidity. Step 4. Ask the hard question. If I lost my job, my relationships, my status, who would I be? Sit with the discomfort. The answer isn't immediate, but the question itself loosens the persona's grip. Step 5. Integrate. Don't eliminate. You don't need to abandon your social roles. You need to remember their roles, not your entire identity. The healthy relationship with persona is playful. You wear it when useful. You remove it when safe. You never forget it's a tool, not a truth. The persona isn't your enemy. It's a necessary interface between your inner world and outer reality. But like any tool, it serves you best when you remember you're holding it. Jung wrote, the ideal is to be neither the persona nor the unconscious, but to hold the tension between them. That tension is where growth happens, where authenticity emerges, where you become capable of genuine connection because you're no longer hiding behind a mask you've forgotten you're wearing. In the next episode, we go deeper, much deeper, beyond your personal unconscious, beyond your individual psyche, into something shared by all humans across all time. We're talking about the collective unconscious, and it's going to change how you see everything. Until then, notice your masks, wear them consciously, and remember, the person underneath is far more interesting than the role you play. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to Archetype Wisdom. 2.